Hello everybody, welcome to another draft. Must apologize for previous upload since the audio was totally out of sync, so it might have been just a little bit confusing. Alright, so the first pack, and nothing too exciting unfortunately. I don't really like spells find that much. It can be pretty powerful if you and your opponent have like both removal. So you can collect two creatures like price of one, which is quite good. The ring can be good if we're like playing green, but we're not entirely sure yet. Probably like pretty much everything here is just vanilla creatures. The two cards I would consider is either Archaeomancer, but we're not entirely sure if we're gonna get like any good source entrances. And Promising Goblin is always pretty good to sack for your library. Other cards of note are Giant Scorpion and two Flyers. It's always pretty solid. But I think here you're gonna go for Promising Goblin. And so yeah, nothing too strong yet, so I'm not entirely sure what we're going to go for, but we shall see. Okay. Again, nothing too exciting here. I hope like our next few packs can be a little bit better than what we are receiving at the moment. So the rare here, Wit's End, it's not good at all. I mean, it comes way too late in the game. And Grinder never actually play with the Dryads. I don't think it's that good either, so we're gonna look for something else. Again, rings are always good things to have, but we're not sure if we're gonna play white or any other color yet. Seeing this, I kinda wish we went for blue to get like the flyer out. So get like a nice flyer deck, would be good to have. But this deck, I think the strongest card is probably Primal Hunt Beast. It's still 3/3 hexproof. We could pick up the Sylvan if we're gonna go the Exalted way, but not a big fan of that. So I think we go for like Soul 3/3 and hope we're gonna find something good in the rest of the packs. That looks a lot better. Acidic Slime also like a solid choice, given there's loads and loads of like enchantments on creatures and rings, obviously. So there's like good cards, good counter against them. Other than that, the Blood Hunter Bat is always a solid choice. It's also 2 flyer, plus you gain 2 life and opponents lose 2 life when it comes in. But the choice here has to be the Acidic Slime. Second choice would be the Blood Hunter Bat, and both of them are way better than Promising Goblin. I probably wouldn't run with the two of them anyways in our deck. So yeah, green seems to be like a good option here, but let's see what happens. Okay, in this deck, Silent Blood is always like a solid card to have. Top Black is a bit of a commitment, but apart from that, drawing 2 cards always pretty good. Butterfly the Eagle, I always find it a bit too expensive, but to make a creature flying and get +2/+2 for a turn might just break up the opponent's defenses. In our case though, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go for red just yet, but I quite like Goblin Arsonist here. So I think it's gonna be the pick for us here. Okay, I kind of get a feeling red must be can be quite open. I'm not sure if it's entirely true. Black also looks pretty good with Cowering Fear here. It's a pretty strong card. I think actually it's the strongest card in the deck, Cowering Fear. I mean, Mark Beauty can be good, but you essentially attack for 1 turn and give your opponent like a creature back with +1/+1 counter on it. It's not that good. I mean, you can usually jump block. In like certain situations, actually really helps, but not the biggest fan. So yeah, I would say Cowering Fear and Captain Skull is gonna be the best cards here. So I'm gonna go for Cowering Fear, even though I'm not sure if I'm gonna play black yet, but so it happens. Okay, here's pretty much only one choice. The Rogue Primax is really seriously good. It goes really well at this stage with the Acidic Slime, bounce back to our hand, play again, and sort of ripping into either like enchantments or into opponent lands. it's quite like a costly strategy, but you know, if your opponent's like behind the lands or got some good enchantments in play, it's definitely what we're gonna go for. Otherwise, Revenant's Red's probably second pick if you were to like go in black, but in this case, green looks pretty solid. Okay, here's a tough one. Since we're probably most likely going to play in green, Citron Course is a good card, like Soul 3/3. But then again, Searing Spear removal is pretty good as well. And then we can Prey Upon. So in this our case, we need to make sure it's between Prey Upon or Searing Spear. Seeing that we probably are going to play green, Prey Upon is good. But I think in our case, going to go for Searing Spear. I might not play red, not sure yet, but Soul like removal is kind of hard to come by, and think since instance probably get more value out of it than Prey Upon. Okay, nothing much here. The two cards I'm down between is either Goblin Arsonist and Tormented Soul. Tormented Soul is pretty good, especially if you get good enchantments on it, like Mark of the Vampire or Volcanic Strength, that kind of stuff. But I think, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to play red or green. I mean, Searing Spear is something I'm going to get in my deck regardless, since it's easily splashable. But currently it's good as well. I think though I'm going to go for a Goblin Arsonist. I think it's just like overall a better card. Okay, back to our original pack. And no one actually taken Spell Twine, not too surprised to be honest. But more importantly, no one's taken the ring. And since we're definitely playing green, be able to give all our creatures trample and pump them up is crazily powerful. If your opponent doesn't have like spot removal, like murder, and your creatures become too big, then it's pretty much game over at that point. Especially with trample, we can actually make use of our bigger creatures, since damage will get through. So yeah, the ring is what we'll take. Okay, it seems hardly anyone actually bother to take any of the red cards. Would end against way too expensive. Not gonna play black most likely. Probably like a cost gonna be like red and green. So it's either Minotaur or Volcanic Strength. And I think I'm gonna go for Volcanic Strength, since I think we can actually get like 3/3 green creatures for cheaper. Like the Centaur is like a 3/3, costs like 1 mana less. Plus, having green creatures is preferable since we got a ring here, so Volcanic Strength it is. This deck's nothing we really want to play with, so I think it's going to take the Mind Sculpt. Not going to play with it though. I actually play with Cleaver Riot, but I think it's like way too expensive to actually be any good, since it's like a sorcery, so I think Serpent's Gift take, I mean, it's not good, I probably won't be playing with it, but you know, it's good to have, I suppose. Mark Beauty again, probably not going to play with it, since it's, whenever it's used, actually very, very conditional. Unless of course we steal it, put a ring on, put a ring on, give it a trample and get in there. Unless we got like some kind of sacrificing effect, but as it stands, no thank you. Okay, things look a lot better here. It's unfortunately not in blue, since both Sleep and Stormtide are really good cards to have. But our guys can stay on color. And our colors are the Platos Boar, Goblin Jester and Turnback Wolf. We're not going to take the Wolf, just like a vanilla 2/2. And even though it has like a +1/+1, it's unlikely we're going to play with more Turnback Wolves in our pack. Goblin Battle Jester is good. Once like onto the field, you can cast red cards, break up lines like opponent's defenses and get in there. But we can do the same thing with the Boar without having to do all the shenanigans. Unless you're up against a red deck, this guy will get through no matter what. And it's basically like a game winner, so definitely going with the Boar. I'm going to hide a black card here because we're going to be red-green all the way. Okay, in this deck there's only one pick, which is the Rancor. +1/+2/+0 trample and you get it back whenever a creature dies, just really good. If we were to play black though, this would also be a good card, but Rancor is here by far the best card to go for. Another Playstyle Spore is good for the same reasons. Then the Growth is like a combat trick. It's cute, but not what we're going to play with here. And John's Fear is a card I would like to see back on the return, since it works extremely well against Exalted decks, where most of the creatures have like 1 toughness. But this pick is going to be a Rancor, no doubt about that. Okay, next pack. There's not much green here. The Bomb Beetle is just not that powerful, even though got like a roaring Promidox, so it can bounce the Bond Beetle over and over and basically give +1/+1 tokens every turn to one of our creatures for 1 green mana, which is quite nice. But to actually get the combo in is going to be hard, and before the combo this thing is doing pretty much nothing. So instead the Goblin Arsonist is going to be our pick. It's sort of 1/1 creature, plus if we're against a deck with 1/1 flyers or whatever like that, this creature will basically deal with them. And I really hope we get to pick up like a Arms Dealer. That would definitely make my day. But probably not gonna happen, but you know, one can dream. Okay, Arctic Aven is probably one of the best creatures here. If we were to play blue-white, would be amazing, but fortunately we're not. Instead we got a choice between the Corsair or the Blade Tusk Boar. The Minotaur we could have like picked earlier, so it was like a 3/3 red, but it costs like 3 and red mana. So this is definitely like the better creature compared to the Minotaur. However, I have a Secret Lover for the Blade Tusk Boar. It's just really, really good if you're not against like a red deck. I'll happily play like the 1 mana to make it virtually unblockable. I mean, not always, but got a pretty good chance that's the case. Okay, so yeah, here's the Minotaur we're not going to take, probably ever, unless it comes back in the rebuild. I've never actually played with this creature. It's good, it's definitely good. However, it's quite expensive to get in, but I think our choice here is going to be either the Fast Food Gorger or the Hamletback Goliath. Plummet is a good sideboard card, and forgetting something doesn't compare in power level, so it's either Gorger or the Hamletback. I'm actually quite keen to give this one a try, but it's just its mana requirements are off the roof. So I think I'm just going for the Velvet Gorger, which also works very well with the ring we have, and we need more green creatures to make our ring do any good at all, so that's our pick here. Okay, here we have Revive, which I'm not keen on at all. Never actually play with it, but it's also just too slow, and we don't at the moment have that many green creatures to really care about. Instead, Chandler's Fury is good. It's, especially against like assaulted decks, just rips through them. So that has to be our pick here. Otherwise, Wild Guess can be good as well, but it is like sort of removed from the table, then I'm guessing it's the best choice here. Right, so here we have a choice between Fervor, but we're not going to play with that since it didn't really work in our last pack, last draft. This would be good if we're playing black, which we're not. This is a solid good card, since we got quite a few red spells we gotta put in. I'm not too keen about this guy. Like 4/2 is not that good, it's easily dealt with, and Trample doesn't really make it that more exciting. So I think I'll go for the Goblin Bell Jester, since we've got quite a few red cards to play with. Okay, here we either can go for the Dustale Worm, so I guess proper 7/7 Trample creature, or Ranger's Path. Although Ranger's Path help us to accelerate to like the high end of the curve, I can't really go with Dustale Worm. It's like a solid good creature, and we need more creature again to make good use of the ring. Okay, I think here Goblin Bell just